compromise. That's the name of the game after 7 long months of protest in Sudan. The different sides in this room are still wary of each other, but last week, they came to an agreement on a council that will run Sudan for the next 3 years.
The two sides have agreed to start a detailed, transparent, patriotic, independent investigation into the violent and tragic events that the country has lived through in the past few weeks. The two sides have also agreed on establishing a sovereign council, headed by rotation between the military and civilians, for a period of 3 years or slightly more.
This is how the agreement breaks down. The council will be made up of 5 military officers and 5 civilians, in addition to a final civilian selected by both the military and the opposition. The military will be in charge for the first 21 months, and then a civilian-run administration will take over for the next 18 months. But the military would still have a veto over the council's decisions, and elections would be held at the end of the transitional period. There's now a big choice facing pro-democracy protesters. Do they accept what many of them perceive to be a flawed deal and build on it? Or do they continue to protest?
I am sending a message to the Freedom and Change movement and to the military council. If you work well, then fine. If you do not, then look at the past 4 or 5 months. We will take to the streets for the 4th and 5th time until we find the Sudan we want to live in.
The actions of this man might help protesters make their decision. Mohammed Digalo, known as Hemeti. He may be the deputy head of the Transitional Military Council, but a lot of observers think he's ambitious and may have bigger goals.
From this podium, we are saying that if we make a mistake, we will be held accountable. I swear we will be held accountable. Every person should take their rights. If any person does not take their right, we will not advance. Dishonesty will not make us advance.
Is that the promise of a new era? Or does it lack sincerity? Under Sudan's deposed President Omar al-Bashir, his former ally, Hemeti was put in charge of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. They're accused of human rights abuses during the war in Darfur, and Hemeti himself is accused of overseeing torture, extrajudicial killings, and mass rape. Activists now say that he's carried on with that brutality in Khartoum. This is newly emerged footage of what activists say is an attack by Hemeti's forces on the capital's main protest site on June the 3rd. The opposition says that more than 100 people were killed. This footage only comes out now after internet service was partially restored on Tuesday. The military had blocked the service for weeks. In these pictures, in the middle of the attack, one of the soldiers is heard mocking. Don't you know who the Rapid Support Forces are? It's precisely because people know who they are that has protesters wary of working with their leader. Abubakr al Shamahi, The Newsmakers.